Okay, we're beginning session 5, part B of CMS-476 Database Design. Tonight's topic, normalization. We've already talked about the manual method of normalizing, getting rid of repeating groups, removing redundant data to separate tables, and getting rid of transitive dependencies. I don't spend too much time emphasizing the manual method because there is a new and improved way of doing things. Create an object role model in a tool like Irwin, or in our case Visio Modeler, and from that you can generate the entity relationship diagram and then build database tables directly based on that. The object role model that represents our Daisy Hill puppy farm looks like this. Puppies identified by puppy number come from a kennel identified by a kennel code that's located at a kennel location. The kennel location is the home of the kennel, and the kennel produces puppies. Any particular puppy knows a trick identified by trick ID at the level of some skill level. And finally, tricks were learned at a place called Trick Where Learned, and the location where the trick was taught goes with that trick. Most of these are binary, but you can see there's a three-way predicate there where we have puppies, tricks, and skill level. Moving along, when you generate the ER diagram, and we'll do on part C of tonight's podcast, we will walk through the generation of the ER diagram. You can see that we get some strangely named tables, but they're the same four tables with the same three lines connecting them, and you'll notice the arrows all go the correct direction. The oddest thing is that the software took that ternary relationship where there are puppy tricks in our manual method is now a table called puppy knows trick at skill level. What a terrible name for a table. But you'll notice that it's exactly the same database, the same ER diagram. So it's your choice. Method 1, largely by inspection and following the rules. It can be extremely difficult in complex situations, though you do get better with practice. And it's easy to make mistakes. And when you make a mistake in database design, you can be well down the road to building an application before you find a query that can't be answered by your particular design because it's not properly normalized. Method number 2, on the other hand, you model the objects and their roles, let the machine do it. It's easy, fast. It does, however, require additional software proficiency. If you're going to be doing a lot of this stuff, method number 2 is the way to do it. If you're going to be a DBA, learn to do object role modeling. Some more tips about Visio Modeler. Under File, Preferences, change Freeform to Guided for the default fact editor screen. A guided fact editor, much better, much easier to use. Under the Application tab, set it to Save Before Build so that you don't risk some kind of failure. Remember, this is 1999 software we're running on Windows XP machines, so that's a little bit of insurance there. And then, by all means, look at the documentation. It's excellent. PDFs with real-world samples and explanations. Very, very helpful. It goes into a lot more detail about a lot more specialized, but surprisingly common data situations. Certainly what you've seen so far, and what I'll show you as we walk through it in part C, will take care of what you have to do for homework number 3. That concludes part B. We'll pause right here and then pick it up again with Visio Modeler and walk through the creation of the Daisy Hill puppy model with that last screencast.